see the core side of it.
And what you're looking for is the story behind the news.
We bring it to you from Lagos, the commercial capital of Nigeria.
Giving you all sides and political stories round the clock.
Every detail from the start line to the final whistle.
CoreTV News, expanding your view.
Good afternoon, CoreTV News on the hour. I am Tolu Ojeumi. After losing 2 states within the space of 2 months, Nigeria's largest opposition party, the All Progressives Congress (APC), faces the risk of losing more grounds to the People's Democratic Party (PDP) in coming weeks. But APC leaders say they're prepared for the challenge ahead. The opposition party is also putting Nigerians on notice over what it says are ominous signs ahead of the 2015 elections.
From the height of a successful national convention to a double loss of states, APC is in mourning. All this happened within 2 months of frenzied political activities. But the opposition party is not prepared to lick its wounds. It has come out fighting. Party leaders are talking tough on alleged impunity.
That excessive political greed will always have its consequence. Any student of Nigeria's contemporary history will realize what acts of impunity and desperation to win elections at all costs did to the country in 1965, in 1983, and in 1993, just to mention a few.
Elections will come and go, but this country, Nigeria, must stay. And what we are concerned about now, it's all about the election. That's all it's all about. Because when you look at some of these issues, I've been an executive before. You talk about extraordinary item, committed 5 citizens, all of a sudden now, you want to go for impeachment? There's no president from the time of Obasanjo to date, including president or any governor. If you want to talk about extraordinary items, there will not be extraordinary. We have 5 months to election now. Please, I think for the interest of this country, those who are telling the president that that is the way forward, let everyone go and test their popularity.
But they are also mindful of what they see as threat to democracy.
And Nigerians are looking forward to a fair competition. It's quite clear that 2015 will be a bloody futility. There's no point going into it if the troops who are being misused and abused today for partisan political gain are going to be here by 2015 doing the same. There is no point going to an election. And that's what we expect Nigerians to watch out for.
Nigerians will have to decide if they want to continue with this atmosphere of impunity, with this attitude where there's no respect for the rule of law, where there's no respect for even the rule of morality, where wrong is done openly and blatantly, and those who have power to say don't do the wrong thing will turn a blind eye to people doing the wrong thing or encourage people to do the wrong thing because they think that they are benefiting from those who are doing the wrong thing.
In the midst of all this, the leadership of the ruling party has been holding closed-door strategy sessions.
When I came in, there was a period that PDP had up to 29 governors. Of course, in the last 2011, we still had up to 25 governors. And then, of course, some governors tried to decamp and go to other political parties. Of course, they are at liberty to do so. This is democracy. But we are gaining more. Now we have at least 19 governors with the coming of Ekiti State. And we also have 3 other deputy governors who are still with us. The deputy governor of Sokoto State, that of Adamawa, and also that of Nasarawa. And of course, that brings our number to about 22. So if we shoot for 28, it's not too bad.
For now, it's back to the drawing board for the APC, having suffered more setbacks than successes in recent times. And from all indications, the stake can only get higher in the run-up to the 2015 general elections.
We also have a response from the People's Democratic Party, PDP, which says President Goodluck Jonathan should be left out of the ongoing crisis rocking the ranks of some governors elected on the platform of the All Progressives Congress (APC). It listed the impeachment of the former governor of Adamawa State, Murtala Nyako, and the plan to also sack the governor of Nasarawa State, Tanko Almakura, as examples of such states having problems. The national chairman of the All Progressives Congress APC, John Odigawegun, has accused both the PDP and the presidency of bribing the lawmakers in Adamawa to impeach Nyako. The APC said each lawmaker in the state got $300,000 to sack the governor, while in Nasarawa, each lawmaker was said to have been given 75 million naira to remove Al-Makura. While debunking the allegations, the PDP said bad governance was responsible for the woes that befell Nyako, and the one it said was on the way for Al-Makura, elected on the platform of the APC. National Auditor of the ruling party and its National Publicity Secretary, Adewale Adeyanju and Olisa Metu, stated this in separate statements in Abuja. Metu said it was unfortunate that the APC, that claimed to champion the rights of the people to choice of leadership in the same party, turning against the constitutionally guaranteed right of the people to withdraw legitimacy through impeachment and recall. He advised the APC to look inwards and find answers to its alleged woes and leave the PDP out of it all. A member of the Oyo State House of Assembly, Murphy Adegun Ahmed, says the House has never planned to impeach Governor Abiola Ajimobi. Adegun Ahmed says the clarification is necessary to correct an impression making rounds that the House was planning to move a motion to impeach the governor. He added that the Assembly is rather focusing on its constitutional mandate of making laws to develop the state. The Vice President, Nigeria Labour Congress NLC, Issa Aremu, has warned that incessant impeachments and impeachment threats against some governors could be detrimental to Nigeria's democracy. Aremu urged politicians to tread with caution in impeaching governors as a contest or a show of political power. He noted that some governors are being threatened with impeachment by another party having majority members in the state houses of assembly and trying to use such as clout to remove the governors. He added that to sustain the nation's democracy, the sanctity of tenure of elected political office holders should be ensured, saying the nation's constitution stated clearly that an elected governor has a mandate to be in office for 4 years, after which an election follows to either vote him out or re-elect him. According to him, the most worrisome of the impeachment saga is that of the Nasarawa State Governor, Umar Al-Makura, of the All Progressives Congress. He stated that the impeachment threat became rife just at the time President Goodluck Jonathan visited the state. He warned against giving an impression that Jonathan is using his office to torment a governor in an opposition state. He then argued that an unwanted or non-performing governor should be allowed to be voted out by the electorate. Senate President David Mark has dismissed suggestions that the People's Democratic Party, PDP, has traded off some National Assembly seats to some opposition parties ahead of the 2015 general elections. Mark made a statement while addressing PDP members in Anambra State alongside his deputy Ike Ekweremadu. He said only elected PDP candidates can implement the party's programs, while speaking against the backdrop of rumors that National Assembly seats in the state are to be handed to the All Progressives Grand Alliance, ABGA, in a bid to get the party's support for 2015. Anambra North senatorial seat, currently occupied by Senator Margaret Chubel Kadibo, was specifically mentioned as one of the seats said to have been negotiated out to ABGA for 2015. But the Senate President, who is also a member of the PDP National Executive Committee and Board of Trustees, clarified that nobody had negotiated out any position to any opposition party. Ekiti State Independent Electoral Commission held a referendum in all the 18 additional local government council areas of the state. The referendum is a fallout of agitations that followed the creation of additional council areas. The conduct, which had an impressive turnout, was peaceful in most of the communities visited by CoreTV News. Rashid has more.
The exercise was in compliance with the directive of the State House of Assembly to conduct a referendum in the 137 wards of the 12 out of the 16 existing local government areas in the state. The exercise started with accreditation ending at 12 p.m. and voting began 30 minutes after. People had to queue up to be counted in front of a yes or no posters displayed in front of the center where the exercise took place. Some of the people who spoke with newsmen during the exercise expressed satisfaction with the orderly conduct of the referendum.
Let them come here and tell the people here that they don't want local government created. If they are truly representative of the people, then they should listen to the voices of the people. The people here say they want it created, so it must be created. This referendum is part of the processes as prescribed by the Constitution for the creation of new local governments and LCDs. And it is a process that is being undertaken.
Exercise, as far as you can see yourself, is a very, very successful one. You can see the turnout. So far, there's no answer. Everybody have voted yes.
It's very, very impressive actually. The turnout is tremendous, and you can actually see an enlightened set of people who have been agitating for this local government for a long time. Anytime the Oba of this town called us to a meeting, the first thing on the agenda always is how we would have our own local development council area and ultimately a local government area.
The exercise is one that our people have been yearning to see, and it has come and gone. The exercise, like you have seen, you have gone around the state. It became a very successful one because of the desire of our people to get government down to the grassroots.
Speaking with journalists after the exercise, the state chairperson of SIEC, Abosede Adelusi, and a commissioner, Benga Agbono, said the exercise was a huge success in the areas they visited. They said the result will be collated and sent back to the State House of Assembly for the final decision.
People turned out and they voted and they cooperated very, very well. Except at some area in Ekoli. Then at Ilasha, people did not vote. So those were the only 3 areas where people didn't come out to vote.
It has been concluded now. The electoral officers from each of the local government areas will collate the results. If there are people who are saying no, if there are people who are saying yes, they will collate the results. We collate the entire resolution today. So by Monday or Tuesday, we send to the House of Assembly.
Meanwhile, people did not vote in some areas such as Ilasa, Ibole, and Osi Ekiti, as the PDP leadership in Ekiti State described the referendum as null and void and an exercise in futility. Rashid, CoreTV News, Ado Ekiti.
How does Ethiopia grow its wine anyway? Coming in a moment, stay with us.
CoreTV News now provide a platform for live coverage of political rallies and electioneering campaign from anywhere in Nigeria. Political news stories, political editorial reviews, political discussions, personality profile, People's Parliament from the National, State and Local Government Assembly. Contact us now on 0803-471-8550 or 0803-724-9733. 01453-3407.
Our 24-hour news station.
We'll now take a trip to Ethiopia, where the sandy soil, short rainy season, cheap land and abundant labor make it an ideal wine growing territory. The government is hoping that wine can also boost the country's image abroad to attract more foreign investments. The report.
But this isn't France. It's Ethiopia, just 100 miles south of the capital, Addis Ababa. French beverage giant Castle bottled its first batch of Ethiopian wine this year.
Our target is really to propose this wine to the Ethiopian people, and with good quality, good price, and so on.
Castle aims to sell half this year's production of 1.2 million bottles to the domestic market and half to Ethiopians living abroad. But the government also hopes wine can boost its image abroad as it aims to attract more foreign investment and boost an economy that's already growing at up to 11%, among the highest rates in Africa.
We have a vision. Ethiopia will have a hub for light industries, for labor-intensive light industries in Africa.
The sandy soil, short rainy season, cheap land and abundant labor make Ethiopia ideal wine-grown territory. And there have been some surprise buyers, including a Chinese businessman who snapped up 24,000 bottles. In a region that still conjures image of famine, poverty and war, there are hopes wine can also change the way outsiders view the country.
People are quite proud to see that French companies are bringing the best of their technology and knowledge to Ethiopia. So I really think the image of Ethiopia is changing very much.
Ethiopia, it seems, is seeking to reap more than just good wine from its harvest of grapes.
We'll wrap it up. Thanks for watching. I'm Tolu or Jeremy. Good afternoon.